to the channel. Today we're going to go through a couple of things. Corner defense, how to deal with the sticky +2 situation in the corner, or at least some options to deal with it. And also, I thought today I get quite a few messages from people on Twitter or the Discord asking to look at their matches and review them a little bit. So we had FGC Chris on the old Twitter asking to look at one of his Kami replays. So he's a silver level Sagat, and I gave him some information, but I thought to myself, I'll explain this information and it will help a whole bunch of people with what he's doing there and some ways to improve. So let's dive right in and see what he's up to. So I just picked a couple of the matches that he actually wanted me to look at. Rather than look at the whole match and commentate on it as we go through, I just picked out individual things that I thought he could improve on at his level. So let's put this one on here, and I just wanted to highlight something at the start. So the important thing about when you're watching your replays back or watching a replay back is turn on both the inputs and the frame data on the replay. Lots of people don't know you could do that, which is very surprising. But if you just press start here, if you're ever unsure of, I don't know what that setup is on block, or just turn the frame data on. You don't need to replicate what they did in the training room. You can just witness it here. So just turn them both on whenever you watch. That dive kick right there was too high, but that's not something that that I would say for Chris to concentrate on, but it's something I did notice, that if Kami does the dive kick too high, I think she would have been minus there. Yes, it just flashed up -1, but that's not what we're going to look at. It's a couple of situations here, mainly when he throws someone. So he's thrown her, right? He didn't do anything. Now, when you throw someone, it's a big advantage. And later on in the round, he throws her again, and she does a DP, fair enough. He might have been trying to bait or something that time, but all through the replay, what I noticed is when he throws the character down, he's apprehensive about doing anything. Let's jump in the training room and I'll show you something. Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed this about Street Fighter V, but most of the rushdown characters, when they throw you further away. And when most of the defensive characters throw you, they throw you close. Sagat throws you close, Karen throws you further away. Ryu throws you close, M. Bison throws you further away. I think it's to balance out the attack versus defense element. But one of the lucky things about Sagat's forward throw is that it does leave them in range for Sagat to attack. Now that's important. Now, I don't know if you've seen High Fight's video when he talks about mental stack. If you don't know what that is, briefly, it's when too many options are forced upon you and you can't think anymore. So one of the ways to beat mental stack is in lots of different situations, just have one thing that you will do. So for example, this situation I'm about to show you now, I would just do this every time. If you're down, if you're one of the kind of lower end Sagats or you're up and coming Sagat, what we're going to do when we throw Kami is we're quite simply just going to crouch and medium kick, fireball. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Now I'm going to show you the reasons why we'll do this. So what I've done here is I've recorded Sagat doing a throw and then a crouch and medium kick fireball on wake up. But I'm going to be controlling Kami here. Now we're going to turn it on, and I'm going to show you that that option beats 99% of the things that she can do on wake up. Make no bones about it, when you throw someone and they're on the ground, you are at frame advantage. It's your turn to go. I get why some people would bait, but I'm going to show you something very clever in a little bit. I'm going to turn Sagat on. I'm going to push wake up button. So all the things that you would do on a wake up if you've been thrown is you may walk back to get out of the pressure. You may backdash to get out of the pressure. You might want a wake up button, like this Kami that Chris played did this quite a bit. You may want to block. You may want to jump. You may want to DP. Let's face it, there's lots of things that they can do or they can attempt to do on wake up, but none of these things will actually work. So here we go, Sagat, turning him on. I'm going to start with just wake up mashing button. Okay, I'm just going to mash on a button when he throws me. I get hit, right? It doesn't matter which button it is. Nothing's going to work there. I'm going to do medium. I must have mistimed it there. Let's wake up block. So I'm just going to block. Now that opens up quite a bit of space. And grey life and red chip. So that is a good situation for Sagat. If you throw them, and they do wake up and block, they're pushed back into DP range. Now I'm going to wake up and walk back out of the range once he throws me this time. Just walk away like a lot of people do versus Sagat. I'm holding back. Oh, I didn't quick rise. Hang on. Let's quick rise and walk back. I get tagged. I can't walk back out of there. In fact, one of the only things you can do versus Sagat on a throw is to backdash out. But he has options against that. She can escape, but that's fine. She's away. You took the... She's lost the screen space. Now, I'm going to show you something else that's pretty cool. This is very just Kami specific, but perhaps he was afraid of a wake-up DP. This time I'm going to DP on wake-up, and I'm going to show you something funny that happens against Kami from this exact same sequence of just doing crouching medium kick fireball on throw. Watch this. She only gets one hit of the DP. 50 damage. She spent an entire bar for 50 damage. That DP I think is supposed to do something like 160 with 3 hits. But because Sagat's hurtbox is lower, it whiffs. So there's a catch-all option. Every time you throw a character, just go for that simple option. It'll help your mental stack, covers all the options, very easy to remember, and it's just one less thing to worry about. And here's just one more tiny thing on that. Now, taking that simple sequence from a throw, we can use this as a way into our V trigger and put the character in a mix-up. So what I've done from our simple crouching medium kick fireball from a throw, I've now cancelled the trigger. Watch this. This is developed it even further. I'm gonna just wake up and push a button. Look at that. So from a simple throw, now even if she blocks, Sagat is at +4 advantage there. Very, very good. So yes, Chris, from a throw, simple, crouching medium kick fireball, and you will cover almost all of the options. Get your chip, get your space, easy to remember. Back into the replay. Cup of tea. Something else that I noticed, and this is very, very common down at the silver, goldish, platinum levels. Jumping. Jumping is not a bad thing, but you have to establish jumps, have a reason to jump. Now, I'll tell you exactly why people jump. It's quite simple. They start to feel uncomfortable with the situation. It's a jumps most of the time for people down in the lower levels is fear. I am not comfortable with Kami sitting across from me. What do? I'll take the big risk jump and get some pressure, get her into block stun. Now, I'm not saying don't jump if this opponent cannot anti-air, so in this particular situation, it's not a bad strategy. If someone can't anti-air, jump all over them. But in general, you must resist the urge to jump. I'm just going to hit play here. Then what we can see, the life bars are pretty even. We're in the mid-screen position. There's really not much need for that jump in there. Gets the throw, and then as we said before, my setup would have beat that standing light kick there. Now again, we get reset. Jumping again. You must resist the urge to jump in, guys. Let's do something different. If you want to jump, press standing medium kick. Let's hit the training room. So yes, jumping, not good. Particularly because Sagat's jumping is very bad. It's a crappy jumping. And Kami's anti-air is very good. But in general, this is scared jumps. I am not sure what to do now. I think I want to put him in block stun. That's most people's version of attacking, is just to jump in, really. And that's not just the Sagat players. That's everyone that are down at the gold, silver levels. You're going to jump a lot because it's easy, it's usually rewarding, but if you can start to cut that out of your game, what will happen is twofold. If you can just set that cheap damage aside for a second, if you can maintain your ground, if you're scared, use this button. It's very, very long. Nobody's whiff punishing it. If you do whiff it, you're going to be able to block the jump in time. Me personally, I can DP if I whiff this button, but that's what you'll get to that point down the track. What you'll learn, once you can whiff standing medium kick and DP anti-air, your Sagat power level goes up astronomically. So that's one for the future perhaps, but if you're scared, resist the jump. Use this. It'll stop dashes, it'll stop pokes, it'll stop buttons. She's gonna, don't use it in here obviously, but you wouldn't jump in there because you're not going to be able to land a jump unless you use a crossover. So yes, more standing medium kick, and by default you staying on the ground will actually make them react more and start to jump themselves. And if you're quieter with Sagat, that's when you can start to visualize the jumps and start your anti-air game going. So no jumpies. So another tip I gave Chris is that he's using a hell of a lot of standing heavy kick, which is a good button, but it needs standing medium kick to be effective. And I'm going to show you the classic Sagat frame trap. Works a treat, will destroy your opponents. But the reason that this is not so good is particularly against a character like Cammy. She's always going to be crouching down, fishing for crouching medium kicks, and that is not going to hit. Now it does have an added side bonus, why I think Chris was pressing this button, is because it will naturally anti-air the character by mistake. They just happen to jump and you just happen to push that button. But I'm going to show you something that's much better pattern to go with that. Now we've turned this one off, we'll turn this one on. The simple pattern of standing medium kick, blocked or hit, does not matter, then heavy kick, covers so many options, it's ridiculous. It's basically the Sagat mid-range flowchart. If you have not figured this out by now, you should be using this. Basically Sagat does standing medium kick and heavy kick after. Standing medium kick, as you can see, is -2 on block. But the problem is the range that you're using, you wouldn't use it close like that. The range that you're using it from, they can't punish it, they can't take a turn. So I'm going to show you what happens if Cammy dashes after the standing medium kick. She gets hit. Let's jump this time. I'm going to jump now. I get picked out of the air. I'm going to press a button now after this one. I get crush countered. What can I do? God damn it, Sagat. So cheesy. So as you can see, if she's closer, obviously that's risky. But there are some options that Cammy can do. But generally down at the lower level, the point of the standing medium kick is to force a reaction, and the standing heavy kick covers that reaction. So that is something, if you're going to use standing heavy kick a lot, throw that standing medium kick in there and get the old Sagat flowchart frame trap going. Absolute classic. You'll get crushes, you'll get combos, you'll get anti-airs. Perfect, boys. Okay, just one more thing. +2 in the corner, especially Urien's +2. It's probably one of the worst situations to be in the game. I just wanted to run through all of the options and show you what to do and what not to do, what's probably the best option. So basically what the play is Urien will, he will crouch in heavy punch, EX fireball, and he's +2 point blank. Now what that means, so in the first example, after he does the EX fireball, I've made him do a jab. Hang on, we'll just block it. I'm going to mash jab. So I'm going to get hit every time. I cannot push a button there. And if I press throw, I'm also going to get hit. So you're saying to yourself, okay, I'll late tech. So the next one, I've done him after the EX Fireball doing a throw. And now if I push a button, I obviously still get thrown. That's where I would have to late tech, but I'm still in the corner. None of those options are really all that good. Your whole plan is to get out. We could push a button again, but we're going to get thrown. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, just DP. Now, while that is an answer, this is one where I've set him up where he does the shimmy. And we're dead now. So DP's a bad option in the corner. He just walks back and we whiff a throw and we get shimmied or something. Even if we late tech there, say we late tech, we've been punished. He's going to visualize that throw and we're going to get punished. So really, you've got 3 good options in the corner under these types of pressure. So if I turn all, if we really, you want to nip it in the bud straight away. So the probably one of the better options is when you see that yellow flash, V reversal, and you're out. You're not out, but you're at least you'll have to V reversal as soon as you see the flash. That's number 1. Number 2 is to just take the throws and hope that you can get the trigger activated. Now, in the corner, if we go action playback settings, we'll leave the shimmy one on and put the other 2 off. So if he does shimmy us, a good option here is to try and get your trigger activated from a light button if you have trigger. So that's a different way of using your V meter. So you can see both of these options involve V meter. Mashing on a button is bad. Pressing throw tech is bad. You're going to get shimmied. Urien's kind of got a throw loop in the corner as well. It's a very difficult situation to deal with. But one of the things that I do a lot, and this will help you, is if you have no V meter and you didn't want to use those 2 options, I've already shown that if you wake up with a light button, you're going to get thrown or hit anyway. So if we're going to get thrown or hit anyway with a light button, we might as well wake up with a crouching medium kick. Why? Because that will beat the shimmy and let us out of the corner. So here is the shimmy version. Now, bearing in mind, we will still get hit by the other versions if we press it. But all round, the risk reward is better. Didn't work there. Mistimed it slightly. Watch this here. And now we're out. The crouching medium kick catches Urien walking back for the shimmy. Why is that so effective? Well, because nobody shimmies from the block position. Urien isn't going to step back and block. He's going to step back and use his crouching heavy punch or his medium punch to whiff punish our action in the corner. So it's a very, very good option. I've actually got a replay of me just doing this exact thing yesterday, because Urien players love a shimmy in the corner. It's big, big damage, as opposed to if you just keep taking the throws, it can get pressure, you know. But if you keep taking the throws, then he's going to some point shimmy, and that's when you step in with the old just wake up straight with it. Especially good if you have just been thrown by Urien. Walks up, walks back. That's always the kind of thing that you're going to have to deal with in that throw loop. What recording was that? Was it 5? Yeah. So he's going to dash up and throw me. Shit, I'm in the mixer. I'm out. I'm on the other side. I'm back in the game. So wake up, crouching medium kick, EX fireball, absolutely brilliant option in the corner. Not just against Urien, against any character that you feel is going to shimmy you in there for big damage.